Welcome back to the video blog. Thanks again for watching. This is Fort Lauderdale on ice, otherwise known as Toronto, a very balmy Fort Lauderdale on ice for this time of the year. I know I look disgusting with my beard. I'm sorry everybody, but it's a December tradition. I always grow my facial hair in December. Doesn't matter where I am in the world, it's always coming out. So please forgive me. I'll be back to normal at the end of the month. In the meantime, let's talk about today's video blog here from Toronto, and it is the Great Knocking Machine. The theme of the video today is the Great Knocking Machine. It's a holiday, Sunday. I'm contemplating about things to talk about for the new year, and of course, this idea came about as a result of a conversation with my very dear colleague in New Zealand, a Kiwi by the name of Jeremy Beale. He's on my Facebook page if you want to find him, or you can go to radicalalice.com in Auckland, New Zealand, an advertising and marketing agency. Question came about because I was curious from my discussions with Jeremy about why Kiwis are so creative, and it was basically a music video that I thought was really innovative. There's another session musician band of guys called The Adults, or if you're from the States, The Adults. It's led by former Shihad, S-H-I-H-A-D, Shihad Headman, lead singer, and also I think bassist or guitarist. His name is John Toogood. Just write it just like you hear it. J-O-N, Toogood. Literally, cool name, by the way. He's part Modi, so I guess that's where the name comes from, but very cool name. And the videos that he did for The Adults, for several songs, check out Nothing to Lose featuring Lady Six, or if you're a Kiwi, Lady Six. Check it out and have a look at how he put that together. All those videos that are coming out of New Zealand that are on Warner, NZ, or NZ music site on YouTube, like, they're just out of this world. They're like clocking, they're like Babe Ruth smashes right out of center field, 450 feet, Green Monster out of the park type of creativity. Why are some nations more creative than others? Why is New Zealand, as Jeremy calls it, the Great Knocking Machine? I guess it's from the idea of a washing machine, a Wurlitzer, some kind of a centrifugal force, something cyclical, cyclonical, typhoon-like, tsunami-like. That's the idea of the Great Knocking Machine, where basically things get smashed around inside in their noodle up here, in their head, and they're basically thinking about ideas. I came up with some ideas. I go, they're isolated. The Maori were not defeated by the British. Therefore, they signed the Treaty of Waitangi in 1864, I think it was. Then, of course, the fact that they're in their own time zone. They've learned how to be self-sufficient on their own, like Icelanders, like people that are living in kind of far-flung communities, in other places in the world. I can name other places, like the Startup Nation, like the United States. You had to basically be on your own and create your own realities. And so that's basically why they are creative. Why are some nations that have all the conditions for creativity don't end up making the curve, don't end up turning the curve in basically being that creative nation that they can be? Why do some nations succumb to also random? Why do some nations succumb to perpetual whinging, whining, kvetching, bitching, and complaining, as opposed to turning the corner and being that great nation that they have every capacity and the human talent to be? I want to know that. New Zealand is not one of those nations that is going to settle for mediocrity. They're going to harness the fact that they're, a nation down under, far-flung and far away from the rest of the planet. Yes, they're in the Aussie orbit, but very much like Canada and the United States, in that Canada mirrors the mother country, Great Britain. The United States, of course, is this big revolutionary behemoth juggernaut, steamrolling nation like Australia with its big ranches and its big mouth and its big, talk and its, its 10-gallon hats and big, kangaroo steaks and big steaks. New Zealand's more on the kind of, just to keep quiet and very, low under the radar type of society that chooses to not necessarily speak a big stick, but to just do great things, very much like my nation, like Canada. We do great, fantastic, absolutely world-changing, world-smashing, world-crushing things, but we don't have to tell anybody about it, we just have to do it. New Zealand, Canada, the United States, Australia, there's some symmetry there. So, why are some nations just not able to turn the corner, whereas New Zealand can? And it was the idea of the Great Knocking Machine that Jeremy Beale was very instrumental in introducing to me. And of course, on this particular downtime, on this particular big sleep holiday on December the 25th, before the bris, I wanted to actually just kind of think about why some nations couldn't do it. So, something to think about today and for the next 24, 48, 72 hours, if you wish, and just to kind of give me some responses in the comments below. My name is Adam Danny Mezei. Follow me at TheRealADM on Twitter, or you can follow me on Facebook. I'm at TheRealADM there as well. I'd always like to hear your views and get your participation, especially on Facebook. It gets wild and woolly on that site. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of the downtime. Drink a lot of water. Watch the turkey. It puts you to sleep. And don't drink too much. And don't drink and drive. And also, be careful downstairs, if you know what I mean. You can get a little irresponsible when alcohol is mixed with fun. Wishing you and yours and every little person in your microcosmos this December 25th the very best of things.